Well, you're right. They had been a really good defensive program the year before. They had two defensive ends went in the draft, and I know we had a hard time blocking them that year too. Last year, injuries had really put them in a bad situation, and they didn't have a great year defensively, probably statistically or realistically either. But that ain't the truth. There's nothing true about that this year. They are the number one pass defense in the nation. Okay, 126 yards a game is what they're giving up passing. That ain't much. I think they're number 9 in defense, total defense overall. So it's the same defense, but they're using different versions of it. It's last year a lot more man coverage, and now a lot more zone coverages. Very exotic in the secondary. Tons of coverages, lots of looks, lots of disguises. That's why they're playing so well pass defense, and they've got good players. They're exceptional at linebacker. Okay, two linebackers can run, can hit. They're nasty. Really the third linebacker, which I'd say is a nickel, he used to be the safety, is a great player too. Okay, they moved him closer to the ball because he's always around the ball making the tackle anyhow. So they just moved him up where he can make it quicker. So this is a great challenge for us going to New Orleans to play this defense. So we're going to have to play really, really well.
What have you seen from Marlon and Kamara this week in practice?
Well, Marlon is obviously extremely excited about returning back to the state of Louisiana. I think he's had this game marked, on his calendar since we recruited him. And I had jokingly had talked with him a little bit the week before about, hey, don't wait all the way to we play Tulane. Why don't we get a couple things going here before so we'll have even more confidence and get you more playing time. And he's like, I want to. I want to. And so it just so happens that he's starting to get that, and he really responded. And, the thing he did so well wasn't just run with the ball. He did do a good job with that. But his pass protection was great, and that's the thing the young backs struggle with. It was because in high school they don't block nobody. Why do you have your best player blocking? You give him the ball. You throw him the ball. And so he picked up every blitz that they threw at him. And, that's when Keaton and Raji first started playing. They found out, We'll check the rookie running back because everybody knows that. Everybody knows the running backs come in. They don't know anything about pass protection, so they blitzed him to death, and they struggled with that. And boy, he did a great job with that. In fact, I thought he made probably one of the 4 or 5. There's always 4 or 5 key plays in the game, and he made one of them. On 4th down, we threw him the ball out there in the flat because everybody was covered. We actually had a busted route, and he ran over a guy, spun off a guy, made a first down. That led to our second touchdown. I thought that really changed the momentum of the game. So I've just seen him continue all week to play better with more confidence, more excitement. Camaro's done the same. I think he knows this is why I came here, to get an opportunity to play, and he surely got an opportunity this week. So
CJ had a great game
yeah, he did.
Saturday, but is going through a lot. How has he been progressing this week?
CJ has been through a lot. He's been through more than anybody could ever believe, and he's really matured. I think the team has been great for him. I think he's learned how important it is to be on a team, or how nice it is to be on a team. And I think he's very appreciative of that. I think you could see the emotion when he scored the first touchdown. I kind of glanced away and then saw him on the ground, and for a moment I thought, did he get hit? Did he fall? Did he step in a hole or something out there? And then I knew quickly when I saw him kind of go to his knees, what was going on there. So, those are one of those things. They're kind of storybook. Guy loses his grandmother that's been such a big part in his life, and he goes out. It was the Brett Favre deal when his father passed away, and then he has the unbelievable game, best game of his career. But really, that doesn't happen very often. For every one of those Brett Favre stories, there's a million where they go out there and they weren't able to handle it. So great job by him. I thought great job by his teammates and his family to get him in that position, because I think the thing he knew was that's what she wanted. That's the best way to do it, to honor her, and she just wanted him to be successful. And that's a small part of it, the football part. I think the other part, going to school and doing all that's way more important. But very proud of him. Now, here's the challenge again, because, and I'm not getting on you guys. Y'all know I love y'all, but y'all tell them how great they are this week. I know you are. Everybody's telling them how great they are. And, I jokingly said, there's the same guys telling you how bad you were the week before. So we're in that business. We know that. We knew it was a rattlesnake when we picked it up, as Ruff used to say. So we know the business is what the business is. You hope that they can just say, why did I play so well Saturday? They played so well because they prepared, and they're probably a little mad. You know what I'm saying? I know I was. I know that the coaches were in a bad mood all week, probably, and they probably, put them in a bad mood. So I hope that they'll get back in that same mindset, because that's what it's going to take. It'll be tougher this week, though, than last week, because we'll be playing them at their home, and these suckers are good on defense now. I am not lying to you now. These suckers are good on defense.
So for a defense that, maybe might try to disguise different things, like from a quarterback perspective, is it just sort of trusting what you see and just kind of leaning on that?
Well, it's what you do to a good quarterback. That's what all good defenses do, is you try to confuse the quarterback and get him out of his rhythm. And because when he knows what they're in and where he can go with the ball quickly, you're going to throw it better and you're going to play better. So it's just a matter of knowing the offense, which I feel great. Holton knows the offense. What are the reads? How to read coverage. Know what the keys are. No matter what you do defensively, and it's the same offensively, you're going to have some tips. There's some things that you do that are just okay. I mean, you hear our defensive guys when the back and the tight end on the same side or this alignment, they see a cut split. Okay, you're tipping that off because we've studied film. And you do the same thing, studying the defense. So there are some keys. They do a great job of trying to not let you find them, but hopefully Holton, it will be ready by Saturday. And then again, whoever's next, like Mason, they got to be prepared, because you're always one snap away, from that guy being in there too. So I think we will be ready. That's why we practice hard all week. But yeah, they've got some good stuff in now.
You guys always, preach next man up, be ready.
Yeah.
For a guy like Camaro, now that he kind of realizes, hey, I'm right there, I can play. Do you see that light maybe come on?
I thought he's had more energy. I thought yesterday in a competitive drill we had against our defense that, he was lowering his pads a little bit. It wasn't a tackle drill. It was a thud drill. But now our thud's pretty live, and he put a little extra into it, and we were like, okay. And everybody is told that, next man up, you never know you're going to play. But I guess until you can really see the end of the line and say, well, I can really get to that position, it is really hard to probably think, am I going to get in there? And then sometimes you get excited and then you don't get in, and you get disappointed. And how many times can you do that before you think, well, it's never going to happen? But I think right now he knows it's a pretty realistic chance that he's going to be in the game, getting that carry or that first block or whatever it may be. So there's a reason we brought him here. There's a reason he came here. It's for this situation.
For a guy like Ryan Jones, I guess who's showing his versatility,
Yeah.
are you finding that you can be more use him creatively?
Yeah, I think that he's a matchup nightmare, I think, for defenses, because is he a tight end? Is he a wide receiver? He's a little bit of a running back. You know what I'm saying? He's a lot of different things. So we're in a good situation in that I think we have a lot of different guys that we can go to. Jalen Johnson got off to a really good start in the first quarter. He had 3 catches in the first quarter, and I thought he had made a couple really nice third down conversion plays. And then his back tightened up, which he's had some issues with that. We knew going in he had not practiced very much. So you think, wow, you just lose your starting Z. Well, luckily we had prepared CJ to move to the Z position, because Ryan then could play all the H, can do more things. So you're always piecing that together. Now, there's a limit to how much they can all do and how much they can remember and learn, how many different positions can you play. But they've done a good job with it so far, and we're very fortunate we got different guys to go to. But Ryan's definitely one of those guys. I think you're right. What you call sometimes gets dictated by the way the game goes. But he's always in our thoughts about, let's make sure he's getting his chances to do that. But his position, you got to block a lot too. I know everybody doesn't see that, because they think, well, okay, he had a great game because he had, I don't know what he had, 6 catches. He scores a touchdown. The coaches see it like, oh, you missed 3 blocks right there, that cost us or whatever. Or, oh, you made those 3 blocks too, because he plays that position as well.
With Josiah, looking at him, he's been back at practice some this week.
Yeah.
Has it been tough to try and get him on the field with some of the stuff?
It's been a nightmare. It's been impossible, because he's always been a guy that has had big plays. And he's always had his big plays against the best defenses. Like he catches a touchdown against Cincinnati. They don't hardly ever give a touchdown up last year. That DB, he's making more than all of us in this room put together, you know what I'm saying? and he goes out there and beats that guy and scores a touchdown on him. He's done it against, all the good teams. It seems like he's had big plays. This year, it has just been a nightmare for him and for us. And I don't know when that's going to end. He does seem to be moving around better this week. I think we're a little careful right now that we don't want to use him up and get him re-injured before he's 100% because, I don't know, fast is a good thing to be. But there's something about fast people that get injured more with the soft tissue injuries, those sprinter type guys. And when they're not full speed and that's your number one asset, you're not nearly as good. You know what I'm saying? So.
You go from preparing for a team that runs a lot of man to a lot of zone.
Yeah.
How much does that change just throughout the week? What you do?
Well, you're really running the same plays, but there's different adjustments. When you're in man coverage, there's different reads. So, when you come up and they're in 3 deep, the read might be to throw it over here. And it's man coverage, it's to throw it over here because certain routes are man routes, certain routes are zone routes, and you build your whole, passing game like that. So we'll run the same plays, but it'll probably go to a different player, you know what I'm saying, because of that. But, that's what you see. You see different defenses each week. And, I guess in a way it's the fun part because that's the challenge in it. But it is the tough part because you've got to be in a different mindset, Last week they came up, pressed us. That makes it easy, really. It makes it easy as a play caller. It makes it easy for the quarterback. It's not much decision, but I got this guy one-on-one. Throw it, he beats him. I make a good throw, we win. He doesn't beat him, I don't make a good throw, we don't win on that play. These exotic zone coverages, you're right. You might be catching the ball, and they're changing coverages in the middle of the play, and you're looking left, looking right. And if you're not careful, you'll be sacked, before you get rid of it.
Coach, you talked about Kamara. You talked about Marley.
Yep.
Keaton practiced last week. Looked like he was good to go, and then didn't go.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
I think he's much better this week. Last week, we probably just believe in him so much, probably just wanted him to be better than maybe he was. I think he wanted to be better, and we still weren't sure even up to pregame. But in the pregame warm-up, he couldn't go. He just didn't feel it, and in no way were we going to, risk him losing a career or the year for one game. That's just not a good bang for your buck right there. And we had confidence in Raji, obviously. So that's why we were a 1-2 punch. That's why we're glad we got 2 of you. And we felt like Marlon was ready. So now, with Raji getting hurt, that really did stress us a little bit. I don't know if anybody's that deep or not, but Keaton has he's gotten all the diagnosis. We know what it is. They know how to treat it. Sometimes when you get hurt first, you're not sure exactly what it is until you figure out, what kind of rehab do I need? What kind of medicine do I need? We know that now. They're taking care of that. He's practiced much more full speed this week. So last week I really wasn't very optimistic about it. This week I'm pretty optimistic that he'll be able to go.
Anything else for Coach?
All right. Thank you, guys.